So you said that my path has caused me to recreate myself. If you had to name the chapter of life you're in right now, what would you name it?
I would name it the growing stage.
The growing stage?
Yeah. I can feel myself changing just from having to be like so sad and always like, you know, very emotional. Like,
What's your sign?
I'm a Virgo.
A Virgo. Why do you think you're emotional?
Because like I've been through a lot for real.
So you say you had to grow up early?
Yeah.
What do you mean by you had to grow up early?
I just had to grow up early at a young age, like mentally, because I felt like I always had myself. It was just hard because I have a mother, I have a father, but I don't really have a relationship with them, so it makes it real hard for me because I can't come to my parents a certain way. I love them. I have love. It's like I don't have that mother and father love for them. I have like some type of love that's like, you know, that's not as strong. I feel for that every day.
You grew up in a house full of verbal abuse.
Yeah. And sometimes physical, you know.
So just abuse in general.
Yeah.
What type of effect would you say that's had on the way you view love?
Sometimes it makes me feel like, you know, ooh. Sometimes it makes me feel like, you know, it's hard for me to love because sometimes, you know, when the people that supposed to be there for you and they don't love you, when they, like how they supposed to love you, that it hurts. But my parents, they show real different types of love, real different type of love that just is unexplainable for real. When you have a mother, you have and they're supposed to love you. Like my mom, she gives that tough love. Like, you know, my mom doesn't tell me that she loves me every day, you know, like she wasn't like nurturing like me. You know, I never got that mother nurture, you know, that I was supposed to get. You know, I've always got that from my grandmother, who is, you know, literally my heart, because she's like everything to me. I've always lived with my grandmother since I was young.
So your grandmother cares for you?
Yeah.
She shows you love?
Mm-hmm.
She tells you you're beautiful?
Yeah.
Okay, oh, that's your dad's mom.
Mm-hmm.
Was your grandmother aware of the abuse?
With my grandmother?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, she would know, like, you know, when I was young, I know I've had handprints on my leg, you know. Social services, you know, they had to come to my house. Stuff like that, you know.
So in what ways have daddy issues played out in your life?
Because I never really had a relationship with my father. It kind of takes a toll on me for real because, like, you know, my father was supposed to set the tone. My father was supposed to be there for me. My father was supposed to love me, you know. I've always wanted to, you know, be a daddy's girl. You get what I'm saying? Like, all girls would want that, you know, as young kids. Like, I can't, you know. It was just hard. Hard to grow up, and, you know, and even though my grandmother raised me, it was like, I never really felt that love from my parents, like, at all. And, you know, I grew up in a house that was always constant arguing, you know, when I was little, mother and father. Then they divorced. Then, you know, having situations with my brother, you know, things like that.
What was the situations about your brother?
Well, my brother, like, I love my brother to death, like, but he's been acting real like crazy, and you know, it's to the point where like I'm scared for him mentally because of what he was been through as a child, and he hasn't got over it, bro. And I know that's the cause of it, because like he just acts like, you know, nothing ever happened, but then it's like when he smokes or whatever he does, for because I don't really know, you know, because I don't live with him. But he just, you know how you know a person from what they used to be, and then they just turn to like a person like you can't even talk to, like a person that you just can't, like when you talk to them, they don't make sense. Like, you know, like you could be talking to them about one thing, it's like hey, 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 and then you're talking about something that doesn't even match. Like, and he's done a lot of stuff. Like he locked me and my friends out on the porch one day. Before we were smoking, he came out there. He sat down at the table with us, and he started rapping randomly, and just started doing like dumb stuff, you know, and then saying fuck this, fuck that, and got up, went inside, locked us on the patio, went downstairs, started blasting music. It was like he locked us out there on purpose. Then when we was banging on the door, he wasn't random. Like he does stuff out of nowhere, you know, like it's stuff like that, and you could tell when a person is losing their mind. And he definitely losing his mind by abusing my mother, you know, and I don't appreciate that. Like I got hit, watch my mother get hit, you know, things like that. Like it should never be like that.
So the abuse has been in your life like your entire life.
Yeah,
that's been the main thing in your life. So the relationships you seek, are they also abusive? Maybe verbally, physically, are they just toxic?
Yeah, they're toxic.
In what ways have your communication skills been affected by your past?
I've always had an attitude problem. Like, so bad. Like, my attitude was so bad. Like, and, you know, I recognize that, and I'm trying to grow from it, because people who know me know that, like, you know, I had an attitude all the time. I was, you know, a little bit mean. Like, it would just, like, I would talk to people in this type of way.
What would you say you're mad at? The exact thing that you're mad at?
I think the exact thing that I'm mad at is that, like, I'm mad that, like, you know, that my mother doesn't support me. My mother doesn't be there for me. My mother doesn't, you know, love me like she should. And I'm mad at that I can't, for real, like, I can't trust my father. I can't trust nobody but my grandmother. And the sad part is, like, my grandma's getting old, and I know that, you know, it's going to even get worse. So it's like, I know after that, all I'm going to have is myself, bro. So, you know, because, like, because of my mother and my brother's attitude, I'm trying to be the one to, like, be different. Because I noticed my mother, you know, she wasn't raised right, bro.
I was about to say, what do you think your mom's mad at? Because it's not you that she's mad at.
I can't say.
You never had a conversation. You and your mom never.
To her, like, it's like you talk to her, but she don't understand.
So you don't know her as a woman for real. Mm-hmm. You don't know her story or nothing like that.
Like we have an awkward relationship. Like it's so awkward. Like it's so awkward to me.
So what's your deepest fear? Like what worries you the most in life?
You know, just being alone for real. Like, you know.
Does that make you clingy or standoffish in your relationships?
Standoffish.
You say you don't know how to receive or accept love.
Mm-mm.
It's a powerful statement. What do you mean? What do you mean by that?
Like, I just feel like I don't know how to accept it. Like, I just don't know how to, like, it's some, like, I'm just not, I don't trust it in a way. I look back and think about, you know, just all the commotion and everything that I've been through, and it's like, my mother wasn't really there, my father wasn't really there, so it's like, what love did I receive? Yes, I understand my grandmother, but it's like, you know, my mother birthed me, and I lived with my mother. My mother still took care of me, barely. My grandmother raised me practically for a couple of years, you know, and not even raise me, she would just be there around me. My grandma's told my mom, you know, when she gets older, you're going to regret, you know, you're going to regret it. Because she's just going to not have no relationship with you. And that's exactly what happened.
Do you want kids?
I do.
So you say you want to be better and open, and more open.
Yeah, so I'm trying to teach myself how to be like, you know, more accepting and not, you know, deal with the commotion, because it's like, it's still going on today for real. It's never ending. And I gotta be the one to remove myself, because if I do, then I'm gonna just lose my mind, you know?
I was about to ask you, how do you stop yourself from going crazy? In what ways, like, how do you not go crazy?
I don't know. I just feel like God blessed me to be the different one, because my grandmother raised me.
Speaking of that, so I posted like a little bit of your story on Facebook and asked people what they would say to you. One person says her experience doesn't make her. If she allows it to break her, she will be in pain for the rest of her life. Therapy will help her regain confidence, but she has to learn to accept it. Don't give up. Accept love for herself. Somebody else said, keep striving for greatness. She can and will overcome the past. Her future is more important. She has to believe in herself because God believes in her, and so do you. Somebody said, love comes from within. The only way to truly get what you want in life and make things happen is to stand up to your inner demons. Stand up to your inner demons, which is what you're doing right now. Whether they're people or long ago created ideas that no longer serve a purpose. Also, having a strong mentor to model can be a life-changing thing. Do you have a mentor?
No.
You want to be a makeup artist. Is there anybody around you who does makeup? No. I would say that's...
I mean, I know people who do makeup, you know, my associates. I have people that are good friends, you know, that I do makeup with. But it's like, you know, once I just see myself so independent, because that's just what I live by.
Mm-hmm. You can be independent, but I would say the best thing for you is to get a mentor, because you want to be a makeup artist, right? You really want to be a makeup artist, but you don't have anybody in your life who's doing it successfully. So all you have is people who tell you that you can't be a makeup artist. You're going to start believing that. You got to be around somebody who's doing it and doing it well, and then you just copy what they do and you start doing it well. Also, a strong mentor to model can be a life-changing thing. I did both of these things myself and have transformed from a person with extremely low confidence, no ambition, and poor people skills into a person going after his goal, overcoming personal challenges, and inspiring others through an unyielding positive attitude. No matter where you're at right now, it's possible to reshape yourself into the person you want to become. The two factors that play a big role are time and courage. Time and courage. This stuck out to me. You said that you just accomplished something big in terms of modeling, and you told your mom, and she reacted nonchalantly.
Not modeling, but like my makeup.
Oh, I thought I said
makeup.
makeup.
It's like big because it's big for me, because it's a big step, because I've been doing a lot on my own with my makeup. My mother don't even help her, and she don't even believe. So it's like.
So you never have somebody to say they're proud of you?
Yeah, my grandma does.
What do you think you can do to make it better? It's always a way to get better, but like you also have a lot of things holding you back. Your environment being negative, that's always going to be a huge factor that holds you back. But what do you think you can do that would help?
Right now, I just gotta remove myself, and I have to, I removed myself from it, you know.
Is there a way to remove yourself from it? But you live there, right?
I'm not staying in no more.
So where you live is not chaotic for you?
No.
Okay, that's good. That's good. So you could change your environment. That's definitely the first step. And I would say more accomplishments. Whenever you feel low and you start accomplishing whatever your goals are, when you start accomplishing that, your life just automatically feels a little bit better because you finally feel like you're living up to your purpose. What do you say your purpose is in life? What do you think?
I'll be trying to figure that out too.
You say you want to help people.
Mm-hmm.
You want to help people who've been through the same thing as you.
Yeah.
You mean abuse?
Yeah.
Or parents who were not there, or like what exactly? Abuse. What would you say to somebody who's in this situation right now? A little girl who's maybe you when you was 8 years old. What would you say to somebody who's dealing with abuse right now, whose parents don't show them love?
I would just say, like, you have to gain your own self-love. And it's hard, but you have to really try to work on yourself and love yourself, because if you don't, you're going to really, it's going to be hard. And you're going to lose yourself. And I've been, losing myself sometimes, I've been, I've been depressed, I know what that feels like. But you can't let that stop you. I read this book that has like daily devotionals, for confident women. But by Joyce Meyer, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I go to church every Sunday. And I'm just trying to get, more in touch with the Lord so I can understand myself.
I was just about to ask you, what's your relationship with God? Do you feel it's growing right now?
Yeah.
After you made a decision to like, have you made a decision in your life? Like a decision that we always come to a day where like today I decide that I'm never going to let somebody tell me what I can't do. Or I decide that I'm never going to let somebody abuse me again. Or I decide that I'm going to be a makeup artist no matter what anybody say. Is there any decision that you've made recently?
Yeah.
What?
I've been trying to stay away. So lately I removed myself from the situation, I'm staying with my grandmother now. So I'm just trying to better myself. And, it seems like things have been going way better since I did that.
Are you able to talk to your grandmother about things like this? Like, do y'all have a...
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, my grandmother always, she would always say when she was gone, she always wished that I would try to have a better relationship with my mother and father. She always said it.
I just encourage you to keep talking to her about how you feel, because I swear the more you open up and talk about this stuff, you're just going to naturally feel better. Even if your situation don't feel better, you're going to always want that, but you're going to naturally feel better. Yeah. What makes you special? What's something that's definitely special about you?
My talent, I feel.
Well, and that's doing makeup?
Mm-hmm. And that's what I feel like.
So you think makeup is your natural born gift?
Yes.
Is there something in your heart that tells you to do makeup all the time?
Mm-hmm.
I think you should definitely follow that. You say that your mom wants you to be a lawyer.
Yeah, she wants me to be a lawyer. Even though I go to school for criminal justice, I've been told it before I wanted to go for criminal justice, and I wanted to be a makeup artist. So she never supported that. She said there was no money. I'm like, what? She was like, I make more being a lawyer. It's always been like that. I'm like, what?
but that's not what you want. So what is something that you can do like this year that you've never done before? Something personal, like to your character, or like an action that you don't usually do.
Love myself more.
So that's what you declare for 2017, that you're gonna love yourself more.
Yeah.
So if somebody disrespects you, you're gonna leave. If like you're gonna just cut toxicness out.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. What do you want people to say about you when you die?
That's real deep. I would want people to say, that I was, I was loving, I was changed. I changed. I was strong. And I was, and I inspired others for, and I lived in my dreams, no matter what nobody told me.